Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about the code relating to linear probing. Now we know that in linear probing it is an open addressing, that means in the hash table only we add it, unlike the separate chaining. Now we are going to get an hash function. Based on that hash function we add it. Now after adding in the hash function, we rehash it if there is a collision. Linear probing is a collision resolution technique. We rehash if there is a collision. Now how do we know that there is a collision? If two keys map to the same index, that means there is a collision. And if there is a collision, you have to go to the next index and try to add that element over there. And if that element is also filled, then we go to the next index. Now index is nothing but you add 1 to the previous value and you get the index. The next thing is we have to rehash the complete table whenever the table size is crossing some threshold. Now this threshold is an implementation issue. You can take 70 to 80%. Now let's take 70% and try to implement the linear probing. Okay, 70% as threshold. Now say for example this is the hash table. Okay, just we are doing it. Let the hash table to begin with be 5. Okay, now if it is 5, then we start from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 0 to 4 is 5. And suppose the keys are 10, 15, 23, 8, 4. And these be the keys. And let the hash function h of k is equal to k modulo table size, and as of now the table size is 5. Now 10 modulo 5 is 0. Is 0 empty? Yes, you write it. Now the question comes, sir, how do we know that the table is empty or the table size is empty? We need some mechanism to know, right, that the table is empty or the table size is empty. How do we know it? That's very simple thing. The thing is, either you store -1 over here, but if you store -1, you cannot add -1 to the hash table. Then what we should do? We should add plus infinity or minus infinity to the hash table. It's your choice whether you add plus infinity or you add minus infinity to the hash table. Let us add plus infinity. I say plus infinity, plus infinity, plus infinity and plus infinity. If the table cell, if the index is infinity, it means that that location is empty and you can place some value over there. Okay, now let's say 10 modulo 5 is 0. Is at index 0 you are having infinity? Yes, you are having infinity. That means it is an empty. You can replace this with 10. Now let's see. 15 modulo 5 is 0. Is at index 0 infinity? It's not infinity. That means some other element is already present and this is a case of collision. You have to go to the next index. And when you go to the next index at index 1, what you do? You add 15 over here. You add 15 because at index 1 it's empty. Now 23 modulo 5 is 3. Now at index 3 it is infinity. That means it's an empty. And if it is empty, you are going to add 23. 8 modulo 5 is again 3. At index 3 it's not infinity. That means it's already taken. If it's already taken, go to the next index and you add 8. Now see here, 4 modulo 5. 4 modulo 5 is 4 and at 4 it's not infinity. Now you want to go to the next index. Is there any index 5? No, that means you have to go to index 0. Hence, whatever we get index in case of rehash, you have to add 1 to it. You have to add 1 to it and you have to mod with the table size. As of now, the table size is 5. Whatever is the table size, you will say table size. Now 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 mod 5 is 0. Again, is it infinity? No. Again, is it infinity? No. Again, is it infinity? Yes. And you add 4 over here. Now in this case, I haven't taken care of any rehash. Now let's add the keys by doing one by one rehash. Okay. Now again, initially all the keys would be infinity, infinity, infinity. All are empty. Now 10 modulo 5 is 0. This is 0. We take threshold as 70%. Now what is the load factor alpha? Alpha is equal to 1 divided by 5 into 100 because there are number of keys is 1. Table size is 5 into 100. It is 20%. Is 20% greater than 70%? No. Therefore, you can go 15 modulo 5 is 0. It is taken, you go to index 1, you add 15. Now the alpha is 2 divided by 5 into 100, it is 40%. Still not greater than 70%. Next 23 modulo 5 is 3, you add 23 here, now alpha is 60%. Now 8 modulo 5 is 3, you add at index 4, now alpha is 80%, greater than 70%. This is the time to rehash. Now how do we rehash? We say we have to double the size of the hash table. Now the size of the hash table is 5, 5 into 2 is 10. Now multiplication of any 2 will be an even number, and even number apart from 2 won't be a prime number. Right, but I cannot say that all odd numbers are prime number, but the probability of odd being prime is high. Therefore, what we do, we say table size is equal to 2 into previous table size plus 1. We say 2 into previous table size plus 1. Now 2 into 5 is 10, 10 plus 1 is 11. Now 11 means it is 0 to 10, 0, 1, 2, so on up to 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is table is taken. Now you have to take one by one keys and you have to map over here. But before that, you have to initialize this hash table with everything as infinity. Now these hash tables are allocated dynamically. Why they are allocated dynamically? Because the previous hash table has to go. Now the hash function will also change now. It is key modulo table size. Now what is table size as of now? It is 11. Therefore, what is 10 modulo 11? 10. Is 10 is infinity? Yes, you can add 10 over here. 15 modulo 11 is 4 infinity? Yes, you can add 15 over here. Now it is infinity, leave it because it is empty. 23 modulo 11, 11 1 ja, 11 2 ja, 22, 1 is remainder, it is infinity. Therefore, you can add 23 here. 8 modulo 11 is 8, you can add 8 over here. Now, what is the next key you want to add? 4. What is 4 modulo 11? 4. 4 is already taken. Go to the next index and you add 4. Now, if you calculate alpha, it is 5 divided by 11 into 100. It is approximately 52% or something, or 55% maybe. It's not greater than or equal to what you say threshold. Therefore, there is no need to rehash, but the previous hash table has to be deleted. Now, if it has to be deleted, then this table has to be allocated dynamically. I hope you are understanding it. This table has to be allocated dynamically. Now, how do we allocate this table dynamically? This table is an one-dimensional array. This table is one-dimensional array. And how do you allocate one-dimensional array dynamically? We say int star a. You can use any variable name. I have used h in program. And we say a is equal to int star malloc of size of int into table size, whatever is the table size. We want table size into table size, whatever is the table size, you take it. Now, if the table size is 5, 5 into 4 is 20, 20 bytes of memory will be allocated continuously. Now, you draw 20 bytes this way or we draw it horizontally, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any difference, you just have to rotate it 90 degrees. And if you see over here, it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this memory is allocated on heap. Now whenever the memory is allocated on heap, it should give you the starting address. And what is the starting address? Let us assume that the starting address is 1000. Now this 1000 is stored in A. Therefore, this is variable A. Okay, let me write this way. It is 1000 and A itself will have the address. Let the address of A be say 2000. This is how it will look like. This is on stack. We know that already. You have studied in dynamic memory allocation second semester. This is stack and this is heap. Okay. Now this memory can be deleted again. I can say free of A. Now whenever I rehash, it will allocate the memory somewhere else. Let the address be 8000. Now this A from 1000, it was previously pointing over here. Now it should point over here. That means the value of A changes, right? And whenever the value of a variable changes, it should be passed with what? Address. Therefore, address of a single pointer is a double pointer and we need double pointers whenever we are rehashing. And when do we rehash? Normally when we delete, do we rehash? No. When we delete, the alpha reduces. When you add, the alpha increases. That means rehash happens when alpha increases Now alpha increase happens when addition of the key happens. Therefore, in addition of the key we need double pointers. But in deletion of the key we may not need double pointer, because anyway the alpha is being reduced and reduced. I hope this introduction forms the basis for us to write the program. Please pause the video and you may copy down whatever is being written over here. Meanwhile, I am going to erase this and then we will see how do we continue with the code. Let's see the code for the linear probing. We say limits.h because we said that we will store infinity, and the threshold we have taken it to be 70%. Now we need two more global variables. What are the two more global variables we need it? The number of keys, because to calculate alpha we need it. And why we take this as the global variable? The question comes because this number of keys will be changed in different functions. It will be changed in add key function as well as whenever we rehash it, other function we write it. Now again and again, to avoid passing of the parameters, here I am taking it as a global variable is 0, and we are taking the table size. Let table size to begin with be say 5. TS is table size. Now global variables are the one which can be used throughout the program. Then we write int main over here. What we need? We need an array, the hash table. This hash table has to be allocated dynamically. Hence, I write it as int star h is equal to null. Whenever we want to add the key, we will create it dynamically. Then we say while 1, the first option is add key. Let the second option be say delete key. Third option be say search key. Fourth one display table, and let us say the fifth one is delete table, and sixth one is exit. Now after doing all those things, now let us see how do we write it. Now let's read the choice. We say read choice, whatever is the choice. Then we say switch on this choice. Now there are 6 cases, leave around 1.5 pages. This is the end of while and this is the end of main. Okay, code already I have given it. Now let us write one by one all these cases. Okay, now before this let me draw the diagram of the main. In main we have one important variable, and that important variable is h, and the value of h is null. Let the address of this be say 1000. Okay, now whenever I will allocate it, the value of h from null will change to something because it will point to something else. Therefore I need to pass with address. Now let's write the case 1. Case 1 is add the key. Now to add the key we will read the key, and then we say we will write one function called as add key, and then we say ampersand h. Why ampersand h? Because this value from null will change to something. And what we want to add? We want to add key. Now let us see how do we write this function add key. Okay, that's very simple. We say void. What is the function name? Function name is add key. The first parameter is ampersand, therefore it should be star. You can give any variable name h. Now h is of what type? Int star. Therefore it becomes a double pointer. And what do we need? We need the key. Now what will happen? The scope of the add key gets activated. Now this is add key. How many parameters are there? There are 2 parameters, star h, and the next parameter is key. Let the value of key be say 10, and ampersand h is copied. Now what is ampersand h? It is 0x1000. Now for the first attempt, the value at location 1000 is null. That means you have to allocate it again. Hence we say if star h is equal null, Now what is star h? Star 1000 is equal null. Yes, that means for the first time you have to allocate it dynamically. And how do we allocate it dynamically? That's so simple. We say malloc of size of int into table size ts. Now table size is a global variable. Size of int is 5 into 4 is 20 bytes of memory will be allocated continuously, 0 1 2 3 and 4. Let the allocated memory address be say 8000. Now this 8000 has to be stored over here at location 1000. And how do you go to location 1000? You say star h is equal to int star. You say star h is equal to int star. Now after you allocate this, each and everything will be garbage and garbage. Therefore this has to be initialized to empty. This has to be initialized to empty. Now how do we initialize this table to empty? This has to be initialized only whenever you allocate it for the first time. Therefore we will write one function called as init hash table. Of which hash table? Where you want to allocate? At address 8000. And how do you get address 8000? You go to address 1000 and you get 8000. Therefore I write over here star h. Now let us see how do we write the init hash table function. Okay, please pause the video and make a note of this. Init hash table. It is void. What is the function name? Init hash table. What is the first parameter? Star h. Now h is of what type? It is a double pointer. From double pointer, if you take away one pointer, it becomes a single pointer. Let's say int star h. Is that okay? Why it is star h? Again I am saying from double pointer you take away one pointer, it becomes int star h. Now what is star h? Go to address 1000 and get the value. It is 8000. 8000 is copied. Now it is 8000 of 0 and everything. It has to be made as infinity. Therefore we say for I is 0, I less than table size, I plus plus, and what do we write? H of I is equal to int max. And what do we say? H of 0 is equal to infinity, 1 is infinity, 2 is infinity, 3 is infinity and 4 is infinity. Table is initialized. This is init table function. Now after you initialize the table, suppose the key is 10, you need to get the hash. Is that okay? Therefore we say int index is equal to get hash. We will write one function called as get hash with respect to key. Now this will return the index. Already we have written in separate chaining. We say int, the function name is get hash and the first parameter is key. Suppose key is 10, what we do over here? We say return key modulo table size. Now what is table size? Table size is 5. 10 modulo 5 is 0, index is 0. Now you want to add it index 0. Suppose this is 5. Suppose this is 5. Assume. At index 0 is already taken. Therefore you have to go to at index 1. Hence we will write and while loop. We say while. What do we say? We need to go at 8000 of 0. Now in this add key function we have 1000. You go to address 1000 and you get 8000. Hence we say star h of index. Hence we say star h of index. You can put in bracket. What is star h? 8000 of 0. If it is not equal to int max. If it is not equal to int max. Yes, it is not equal to int max. Go to the next index. And already I said how do we go to the next index? We say index is equal to index plus 1 modulo table size. Index is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 mod 5 is 1. You go to 1. Now again you go star h of index is 1, not equal to int max is false. You come out and what do you say? You say star h of index is equal to key. Now star h means what? 8000. 8000 of 1 is this and at this place you add key and you add 10. The number of keys will increment right now. Therefore we say number of keys, whatever I have written, plus plus. Now previously the number of keys were 1, assume that now the number of keys will become 2. Number of keys will become 2. Now you have to get the threshold factor alpha. We say if load factor, we will write one function called as load factor. It doesn't take anything. If it is greater than or equal to threshold, now we will write one function called as load factor. The return type is double load factor and it does not take anything. Now what is the load factor? The number of keys divided by the table size. Therefore we say return double of number of keys divided by table size. You know why it should be typecasted to double? Because number of keys is integer. If it is greater than or equal to threshold, what we should do? We should rehash it. We will write one function called as rehash. Now what to do in rehash? We will see. Now in rehash, this table, all the keys of this table has to be taken and it has to be rehashed. Therefore we say rehash of star h. Why star h? Because from address 1000, 8000, this has to be rehashed. And we will rehash this address 8000. Now if you just say rehash of h, that is also okay. You are passing the double pointer and in function you can get star h. And you say rehash of this table complete h. It will rehash it and then you may return. Now what is the load factor? 2 divided by 5 is 40%, greater than or equal to threshold. No. Again let us say that we want to add the key. This time let the key be say 4. Okay. Now is star h equal to null? Go to address 1000 and get the value. Is it equal to null? No. Get hash of 4, it becomes 4. Star h of 4 is infinity, not equal infinity is false. Star h of index is equal to key. Now the key is 4 over here. Number of keys plus the number of keys will become 3. Get the load factor. 3 divided by 5 is 60%, greater than or equal 80%. No. Let's add the key again. Let's say this time key be 9. Is star h equal null? No. Get index of 9, it will be 4. Star h of 4 not equal infinity, it is false. Index is 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 mod 5 is 0. Is it equal infinity? No. Is it equal infinity? No. Is it equal infinity? Yes. Therefore at index 2 you add 9 and you say number of keys plus it becomes 4. Now 4 divided by 5 is 80%, 80 greater than or equal to 70. Yes, this is the time to rehash. Now let us see how do we write the rehash function. That's very interesting. Please pause the video and make a note of it. Okay. Now let us see how do we rehash. It's very simple. The return type of the rehash is void. What is the function name? Rehash. What is the first parameter? H. H is of what type? Int star h. Now whenever you call the rehash function, the scope of the rehash gets activated. There is one parameter called as star h, and h from add key will be copied. And what is h in add key? It is 1000. 1000 is copied. Now the next thing is you have to increase the table size, but before increase the table size, store the previous table size. Let me say int previous table size is equal to ts. Now what will be the value of previous? The value of previous will be 5. Now the table size has to be increased. We say table size is equal to 2 into table size plus 1. Now table size will become 11. You have to allocate the memory so that you can store 11 number of keys. Hence we say int star p is equal to int star malloc of size of int into table size. Now what is size of int? Size of int is 4, table size is 11. Therefore 44 bytes of memory would be allocated. Now let me erase this and let me write 11 number of keys would be allocated over here. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, 0 to 10. All these are garbage. This has to be initialized again. And we have written one function called as init hash table. Now which table we want to initialize it here? This is the table P. P will be initialized. And what will happen? Each and everywhere infinity will be stored. Why infinity? Because the table size is 11 now. From 0 to 10 infinity will be stored. Next we have to take each keys of the previous table and add it over here. Each keys of the previous table. How many keys are there in the previous table? Previous number of keys. For I is 0, I is less than previous, I plus plus. I is less than previous, I plus plus. Fair enough. Now you have to take the first key and see, is it not equal to infinity? If it is equal to infinity, it is empty. Therefore we say E is equal to star H. Now what is star H? Go to address 1000, get the value 8000, 8000 of 0, star H of 0. And you say if E is not equal to int max. Now star H of 0 is 5, 5 is not equal to int max. Yes, now this 5 has to be mapped over here. And how do we map over here? It is as good as adding 5 in this table, and already we have written one function called as what? Add key. Now add key, it needs what? It needs the double pointer. See here, it needs the double pointer. Therefore in this table P, I say ampersand P. What do I want to add? E I want to add it. Now ampersand P. Now this will have some address. Let the address of this be say 7000. That means P is holding the address 7000. At index 7000 the value will be added. Now 5 modulo 11 is 5. At index 5 this is being added. This is being added. Now I plus plus, it is 1. P is equal to H of 1. That means I have to write I over here. It is 10. 10 not equal to infinity. Yes, you add a 10. This is where 10 is added. I plus plus 2. It is 9. 9 not equal to infinity. At index 9 this will be added. I plus plus 3. E is infinity, not equal infinity is false. I plus plus 4. It is 4 not equal to infinity. Yes, at index 4 you add it. I plus plus 5. 5 less than 5 is false. Fair enough. Now what we need to do? I need to delete this table. Therefore what do I say? I say free of star H. Why star H? Because the value of H is 1000. Go to address 1000, it is 8000, and at address 8000 you are deleting it. Fair enough. Now what you want to store at 8000? You want to store this table. Therefore we say star H is equal to P. We say star H equal to P. Now what is the value of P? 7000. Where you want to store 7000? At address 1000. Therefore this becomes 7000 and this points to this table. Closing bracket is taken as written, and you see that each and everything is being rehashed. This is how we rehash in the table. That's very, very important. Please pause the video and make a note of it. Now let's see the case 2. Let's see the case 2. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, let us see. Okay, wait a minute. Let's see the case 2. Now what is case 2? Case 2 is I guess delete key. Case 2 is delete the key. We will write case 3 first, then we will write case 2. Suppose this is the hash table. Now it is of size 11. Now it is of size 11. It is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and we have added some keys. Let it be 2, 6, 9, 10. Okay, let this be the keys. And in the empty slots, what we are storing? We are storing infinity, 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 infinity. I want to search, is there 3 in this table or not? You have to say not, and you have to say 2 is there in the table or not. Therefore we say int search key. Okay, now this is the main. We have a variable called as int star h. We have a variable called as int star h. Code already I have posted it on the group. is equal to null, and you have initialized it. The next thing is, whenever I say search key, we say h comma key. I need key, right? Therefore, it is int star h comma int key. Now, what is the first thing we need to do? You need to search where key is available in the index. We say int index is equal to get hash of key. It will give you the index with respect to the hash table. Suppose I say I want to add one more thing, modulo 11, so that it becomes, I want to add 21. 21 modulo 11 is 10. Therefore, you add 21 over here. Okay. Now, I want to search 21. 21 modulo 11 is 10. From index 10, you need to start searching. Till how long we should search? See here, while we say h of index is not equal to int max. Till it is not equal to int max. That means int max says it is not there. Suppose I want to search 32. 32 modulo 11 is 10. 32 not there. You go over here. 32 not. As soon as you get infinity, that means the key is empty. You need to stop over here. And what do I say? H of index is not equal to key. Is not equal to key. Now, h of index is here 10, not equal to infinity, yes. H of index is 10, not equal to 21, yes. You move forward, and how do we move forward? We say index is equal to index plus 1 modulo table size. Now, table size is 11, 11 mod 11 is 0. Go back, h of 0 is 21, not equal to infinity, yes. 21 not equal to 21, it is false. Therefore, you come out. Now, you come out because of these two conditions. Hence, we check if h of index is equal key, that means you have found it. And if you have found, what we should do? We should return 1. Now, suppose I want to find 32. 32 modulo 11 is 10. H of index, h of 10 not equal to infinity, yes. 10 not equal to 32, yes. Index becomes 0. H of 0 not equal to infinity, yes. 21 not equal to 10, yes. Index becomes 1. H of 1 not equal to infinity, it is false. Now, h of 1 is infinity equal 21. No, that means you did not find. And if you did not find, what you should do? You should return 0. This is how we find the key in the hash table. Okay. Please pause the video and make a note of it. Please do it. I am going to erase this. And after this, we will see how do we write the delete key function. Now, again, to delete a key, the key has to be present, then only you can delete it, else you cannot delete it. Now, we are not rehashing the hash table, therefore, the value of this hash table does not change. Hence, we will pass with h with address, no ampersand. The next thing is, if the key is present and deleted, it will return 1, and if it is not present, it will return 0. We say int delete key. And what do we need? We need int star h and what key we want to delete it. And let's get the index. Int index is equal to get hash of key. Suppose you want to delete 21. It becomes 10. First, the thing is you want to find 21. How do we find? Just now we have seen while h of index is not equal to int max and h of index is not equal to key. Then we have to move further. We say index is equal to index plus 1 modulo table size. 10 plus 1 is 11, 11 mod 11 is 0. Go back. H of 11 not equal to int max, yes. H of 11 not equal to key, the condition is false. Now you came because of h of index is equal key. Yes, h of index is equal key. Then what is the first thing we need to do? We need to store over infinity and the number of keys will decrement. Hence we say h of index is equal to int max and we say number of keys minus minus, because the number of keys are being decremented, and since we have found, we say return 1. Now suppose again I want to delete 21. Get hash of 21 is 10. H of 10 not equal to int max s, h of 10 not equal to key s, index becomes 0. H of 0 not equal int max, it is false. H of index equal key, no. Therefore we come out and what do we say? We say return 0. That means the key to be deleted is not found. This is how we delete the key from the hash table. Please pause the video and make a note of it. I am going to erase this. Anyway, code is being posted already. Now let's see the next function on how do we display the hash table. Very simple. How do we display the hash table? Now we say void display table, or whatever is the function name, I don't remember, display table, and we say int star h. How many index I need to display from 0 to the table size? It's as good as displaying the array for I is 0, I less than table size, I plus plus. Now if it is infinity, it means it is an empty slot. Hence we say if h of I is equal infinity, then it is an empty slot, and if it is an empty slot, we say printf empty. This is an empty slot. If it is not infinity, you can say printf percentage d h of I. This is a simple way you print the table. Now let's see the next thing on the delete table. Please pause the video and make a note of it. Now how do you delete the table? Whenever I delete the table, this is star h in main. Suppose the value is 1000, this is 1000, and let the address of this be say 7000. This 1000 from it should become null because I am deleting it. Therefore it should be passed with address. We say void delete table, and it should be passed with address, hence it is int star h. Now what you want to do, int star h means this is star h, and you would have called the function like delete of ampersand h. What is ampersand h over here? It is 7000. It means it is 7000. Go to address 7000, you will find the value 1000 and delete at 1000. Hence, what do we say? We say free of star h. Now what is star h? It is 7000. Go to address 7000, you get 1000. At address 1000, you delete it. But this is still pointing to address 1000 freed location. It becomes a dangling pointer, and I have to store null over here. And how do you store null? You say star h is equal to null. What is star h? Go to address 7000 and store null. It becomes null, and you see that the table is being deleted. Now h is null. Suppose I will call the delete function again. What will happen? In this delete function, there is one variable called as star h. Ampersand h will be copied, that's 7000. Now star h, go to address 7000, it is null. Free null is segmentation fault. Okay, therefore you need to check over here if star h is equal null, you may simply say return, okay, because it will be segmentation fault. Then you can say free h and return. This is how we implement the linear probing functions, and the program I have already posted. This completes the third chapter on hashing and the first unit, and in the next video I am going to start with the second unit, that is the sorting. Very simple. In 2 or 3 classes I will complete that complete sorting chapter as well. Thank you.